Is there any point to the idea of deification, of striving for perfection? Can we, and should we, help others in this, that is, point out their shortcomings? How do we understand when to speak and when to remain silent? That is, let's reduce the question to a minimum. We see the shortcomings of others. How should we react to this? Should we say something? Should we rebuke? Scripture says, yes, you should, but only as it is written. If your brother sins against you, meaning someone has personally said or done something bad to you, what should you do? It says, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone, not in front of everyone, but privately. If he listens to you, you have gained your brother. If he does not listen, take 2 or 3 faithful witnesses, whom both he and you trust, and explain it in their presence. If he listens, you have gained your brotherhood. If he does not listen, tell the church, tell others. If he still does not listen, let him be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. In other words, do him no harm, but step away from him. Do not associate with him. Everything is laid out. It is also written that if we see a brother sinning, rebuke him. It is written, and then, in church, Slavonic, watch yourself, that is, keep watch over yourself. Watch yourself. Here I am speaking to you and talking about your shortcoming, but I am not watching you. I am watching myself. Do not let me fall into condemnation or irritability, speaking from a position of superiority, putting myself above you. Let me tell you from my small experience. I have a little experience like this, Snort's a little experience, but I try to live according to God's ways. I try badly. The results are small, very funny, yes, very small, but I will share the experience. I have a second son. He is 37, and he does something crazy or other, regularly. I cannot help loving him. He is my child. At the same time, I understand who is responsible for the way he is, who raised him this way. So I need to talk to him about some problem. I always begin like this. He has studied me. I snorts, tell him, son, I have 2 things to talk to you about. Can I talk to you? He says, can we start with the second one? I say, son, that won't work. I have to start with the first one, he says. Well, I know that you love me. I say, I am very glad that you know that, but I doubt it. I need to tell you how much I love you. So I say, son, I need us to sit down properly, he says. Which sofa are we going to? Sit him down at the edge of the sofa. He lies down with his head here, toward me. I have to stroke his head, put his little hands down, and start using as many affectionate adjectives as possible. My precious, my beloved, my beautiful son, my darling. He says, Dad, I've heard all this already. Get to the point. There. But he puts up with it. He puts up with it. So first we talk about love. Tell him that he was very unlucky with his father, unfortunately. That is also true. And I was lucky with him. That is also true. Then I begin to talk about some problem. Son, it seems to me you made a mistake here. And here you are going in the wrong direction. And here is why. Here is why. Maybe it would be better to do it this way. Yes, this way. I always try to give an example from life. I usually tell him. He says to me, I say, unfortunately, I cannot give you a positive example from my own life. I have, unfortunately, messed up a lot of things, ruined many lives. I have gone down this road and made these kinds of mistakes. And this is how I suffered because of them. And you, so that your loved ones will not have to suffer because of you. And this is how we talk. He listens. He listens when you speak like this. Little by little, he changes. Recently, he made us very happy. He decided to change himself in many ways and seriously. But before that, there were conversations about his shortcomings. But for me, there are 2 different things. There is my son, and there is his vice. They are not the same thing. You cannot mix them up. There is alcoholism, and there are people suffering from alcoholism. They are not the same thing. There is theft, and there is a thief. They are not the same thing. We fight theft while saving the thief from his passion. We do not fight drug addicts, alcoholics, or thieves. We fight theft, alcoholism, and drug addiction. We fight for those who suffer from these things, saving them. This distinction needs to be made very clearly and understood. And now I will come up to you and, right in front of everyone, punch you in the face. How much will you love me after that? Who is ready to love me after I do that? Right away. No one, no, yes. Well, I thought someone might even kiss me, all right. That is why, when we rebuke someone, when we speak about a sinful person, we must not beat them, but love them. People respond to love, only to love, just like you and I do. When we make mistakes, when we do something wrong, do we want someone to scold us, cover us in dirt and trample us? We want someone kind to give us a hint and correct us, probably. That is how we should act ourselves. And so in everything. As you want people to treat you, treat them the same way. The words of Jesus Christ, exactly right. That is the answer.